Kartik.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So, welcome to the interview. Please introduce yourself to the board.
Sir, my name is Kartik Goyal. I was born and brought up in Narwana, District Jeend, Haryana. I have done my schooling from Pine Grove School. Thereafter, I graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering through Punjab Engineering College. I graduated in 2020, and thereafter, sir, I have been preparing for civil services examination.
I find that you have made so far 5 attempts
Yes,
at
sir.
UPSC, and once you went up to the interview board.
Yes, sir.
How much marks did you get in that interview?
Sir, 155. It was last year.
Last year. So you are gradually improving. I hope you improve much further this time. Okay. So you did electronics and communications engineering from Punjab University.
Punjab Engineering College, sir. PEC.
Punjab Engineering College.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell us something about India's space programs, the forthcoming flights, and notable achievements in the past? Briefly.
Sir, some notable achievements from the past are the Mangalyaan mission, where we became the fourth nation to be successful to orbit around the Mars. Then was our Chandrayaan mission 1, Chandrayaan mission 3. We became the first nation to land on the South Pole. Then we have also launched Aditya L1 mission for to probe the sun. And now in future we have one mission lined up, which is Gaganyaan mission. And India also aims to build its own space station, sir.
By when?
Sir, it is by... sir, actually, I do not remember by when.
2055.
The space station. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
What are Lagrange points?
Sir, these are the points wherein the gravitational force of Sun and the Earth is zero. Is not zero, but they are balanced, so that the object or the satellite present there does not experience these gravitational force, and it is able to measure what it intends to do so.
It does not experience a gravitational force. Does not experience net gravitational force.
Net gravitational force, yes, sir.
And so they don't have to spend much energy in remaining in orbit.
Yes, sir.
What happens? It continues to orbit the Earth, orbit the Sun, or orbit the Earth?
Sir, I'm not aware about the technicalities. I will have to look into.
Okay. So what does it do? Why has it been sent into space?
Sir, Aditya L1 mission is placed at the L2 point. It is sent into the space to study the corona, the outermost layer of the sun, and also the coronal mass ejections, so that we get deeper insights.
So the logically L2 is in between Sun and the Earth.
Yes, sir.
So along with the Sun and the Earth, if it has to remain on the L2 point, then logically it will be orbiting the Sun as along with the Earth.
Yes, sir.
The Earth and L1, the system orbits around the Sun, round the year.
Yes, sir.
That's the idea of sending it into space.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, Gaganyaan, what is the next Gaganyaan mission?
Sir, in that we aim to send astronauts into the space. These will be the first Indian astronauts, first from the Indian side. The Indian sent by the government of India. We aim to send 4 astronauts to India in the space.
Who are they?
Sir, they have been selected from Indian Air Force. However, I cannot recall the names.
Not that, no. Anyway, so before Gaganyaan goes into space, we intend to send some preliminary Gaganyaan missions?
Yes, sir. Sir, initially a robot named Vyomitra will also be sent into the space, and some demonstrations of in-flight and out-flight would also be conducted so that the safety measures can be conducted successfully.
All right, good. So, what is AFSPA?
Sir, AFSPA stands for Armed Forces Special Protection Act, Special Powers Act.
Special Powers Act, right?
Yes, sir. It is It has been implemented in some of the northeastern states, such as Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, and Nagaland, to enhance the security.
Not implemented. Choose your words more carefully. It has been made applicable.
Applicable, sir. Applicable. Thank you, sir. In the state to enhance the security, and it provides special powers to the armed forces so that they can maintain the law and order and conduct any action if there is suspicion on the suspicion among the armed personnel that this thing is not correct. They have actually a free hand, sir, under the act.
Even to the extent of?
Even to the extent of, sir, shooting, or they do not require any explanation or FIR or something like that. They can.
Tell me, when can a government take a man's life?
Sir, I cannot say about the government, but definitely if the court orders through the capital punishment, then that person's life can be taken.
So I'll reframe my question. When can a man's life be legally taken away?
Sir, through capital punishment, if the act is one of the rarest of the rare case, as court has also mentioned in Bachchan Singh judgment.
Okay. Has AFSPA been made applicable in Manipur now?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware?
Yes, sir. In Manipur, not the whole Manipur, but some areas of the Manipur, Nagaland, and Arunachal Pradesh. Some areas of Arunachal, not the whole state, sir.
All right. My last question. One nation, one election. What is your view? Should it be done? It should not be done.
Sir, in my view, that though there are some prospects of one nation, one election, of reducing the expenditure and bringing in the developmental cycle so that the model code of conduct is not implemented again and again. But however, I feel that there are some apprehensions such as federalism, issue of the state concerns. So as of now, I personally do not support one nation, one election. I do not think that a 80-year-old lady sitting in that rural town will be able to differentiate between the national interest and her own personal or the rural interest. So taking into this consideration, what we can do is conduct the elections in a two-phase manner, wherein general election can be conducted once and all states combined once after 2.5 years.
Then the whole purpose of this one nation, one election is defeated, because if the elections are repeated after 2.5 years, then the expenditure will have to be incurred all over again. And moreover, the synchronization of elections will not take place.
Yes, sir. This expenditure will increase, but I believe, sir, the states' election synchronization will happen with this, sir, so that the concerns of federalism and the states, regional parties will also be taken care of in this system, sir.
All right, that's your view. Colonel Chima?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And tell me.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't see you.
All right. Should I go ahead?
Yeah.
All right. See, you are an electronics engineer from PAC.
Yes, sir.
right? Electronics and communication.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me what is the basic difference between FM and AM, and why is FM more popular and AM is not used?
Sir, FM stands for frequency modulation and AM stands for amplitude modulation. Both are used in communication.
Okay.
Sir, because FM is more popular than AM because FM has less distortions. And
why does it have less distortion? That is the point. You are right. You are absolutely right. It has less distortion. But why does it have a less distortion?
Sir, I'll have to look again, sir. As of now, I'm not able to recall.
Okay, all right. Tell me the utility of satellite communication in armed forces. Why is satellite communication preferred by armed forces? Which area? Why?
Sir, satellite communication provides advantages that it can provide communication in any part of the world, wherein this mobile internet connectivity might not be there. So,
you're missing the. Do you need line of sight in satellite communication? What is line of sight communication?
Sir, line of sight is point to point communication.
So,
sir, I'll read more on this, sir.
You must know about satellite. All right, let's come to another issue. Aadhaar card. Dr. Manmohan Singh is credited with introducing the Aadhaar card, which is basically UDAI. And who was the father of this? Who created this? Who was the man behind it?
Sir, as far as I remember, it was Vijay Kelkar committee which had recommended.
Committee doesn't. I mean, there was a man appointed by the government of India for this project, and he is a very well-known, famous man, done wonders as a businessman, as entrepreneur, as a lot of things credited to him. In any case, what does UDAI stand for? Any idea?
Sir, it stands for Unique Identification Authority of India.
Unique Identification, UD. What is D? D stands for what?
Unique
Domain.
Domain. Thank you, sir.
Now you are from Haryana and you seem to be a sportsman to me. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Cycling and upcycling, you written. What is the difference between upcycling and cycling incidentally? I couldn't understand it.
Sir, upcycling is basically refers to creative use of the products which we tend to throw away from our homes. It is more of an artistic expression. However, cycling is the normal bicycle which we tend to ride.
Now, cycling is, I understand, but upcycling is related with, okay, you're talking about recycling of...
I can explain if you allow me, sir.
Please take only half a minute.
Sir, basically, for example, if we have cardboards or plastic at our home, we can convert into pot and grow our plants in that. If we have old newspapers, we can use paper mache and convert it into beautiful pots, and we can again use it at our homes. Throwing away old clothes or turning them into beautiful handbags.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please tell me, what are the United Nations Development Indices which are generally used to see how developed a nation is? Which are those? Few of them, whatever you remember. And then I'll ask you about one of them.
Sir, multidimensional poverty index given by UNDP. Then gender inequality index.
Mm-hmm.
Then is the global happiness index.
Okay.
And
what is HDI? HDI?
Human Development Index, sir.
What are the factors that are included?
Sir, it includes health, education, and the income level, living standards.
Should it include the the societies, community, interfaith, health of the community or health of the society?
No, sir. It
How
has.
how the society is, knit? What is the health of the society of a nation? Should it include that? Does it
No,
matter or does it doesn't matter?
sir, for the index, it does not matter. The health contains the nutrition aspect and child mortality aspect.
All right, I'll ask you in a different way. Can a corrupt nation become a rich nation? Can a corrupt nation become a rich nation? And think about the vulnerable people, in this.
Sir, if we look at short-term perspective, yes, it can become, but in long term, I don't think that nation will be able to sustain.
A corrupt nation can. Whom does the corruption hurt the maximum?
Sir, corruption. It hurts the lower sections. It hurts the poor. It hurts the vulnerable section the most. Corruption and it
women, which you talk about women empowerment. It is a very important thing to your heart, I suppose. You are talking about women empowerment. Why is the women literacy rate in Haryana, almost as bad as Rajasthan? Why is it not increasing?
Sir, those steps have been taken, but the deep-rooted patriarchal mindset is still prevalent in Haryana. Education, which is usually considered as male domain, because if females are educated, they might have higher status to that of men. So it hinders the marriage prospects because the status of women should be lower as per the patriarchal society. However, sir, we are improving on this, and we have seen many women from Haryana taking up on entrepreneurial roles, sports, politics, even administration, sir. So situations are changing.
Right. You are from Jind district. Jind was I think, the last princely state to go. Tell me something about Jind. Who was the ruler of Jind when India became independent?
Sir, the very name Jind comes from Rani Jayanti Devi, the goddess Jayanti Devi, to whom Pandavas had worshipped before fighting the Mahabharata. She is daughter of Indra and goddess of victory. Further, there was Queen Rani Jindaliya Devi. There is one talab also, I would say lake.
Yes.
Jindaliya
pond, rather, it is a pond kind of thing.
Pond, yes. After which the district has got its name. There is ecotourism sites such as Bir Babran Wildlife Sanctuary.
Okay, understood. You know the history.
Yes.
If aspirant from Haryana is not asked about the Agniveer, the panelist would be doing his duty. So please tell me, what are your views about the Agniveer? What is the problem, the aim with which the government brought it, and why it is being seen as something which is not good for the youth?
Sir, government want to lower the age in the army, and that's why it want to recruit young blood into the army. But I believe the scheme is in a good posture. However, its communication has not been done in that effective manner. Though there have been apprehensions such as after 4 years, the youth who are not inducted into army will face drawbacks in their life. Their 4 years will going to wane. However, to counter that, government has proposed that 25% will be inducted, and further the process.
That is what I am wondering at is, what is your view about it, that in how many years a young boy or a girl can be trained to be able to lay down his or her life for the nation? How many years are required for the person to develop that kind of comradeship in his regiment or unit, plus develop the skills and training and maturity to be able to do that. What do you think? 4 years is good enough?
Sir, the government might have used some objective criteria.
I'm asking your views. Forget about government.
Yes,
What government has done is already there. I'm asking your independent, dispassionate views that what do you think?
Sir, I believe that the scheme is in right direction and we should go ahead with it.
We should go ahead with it?
Yes, sir.
Now, last question. Tell me the name of any Paramveer Chakra awardee of this region. I've given you a very broad spectrum. Any Paramveer Chakra awardee of this region. Not even one. You would have seen some movie on that person, or you may have.
General Vikram Batra.
General Vikram Batra.
Sir,
knowing this much, being in Haryana and not knowing even this is, I don't think it is right. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ravikantji.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I see in your def that you have no parental income.
Yes, sir.
How have you been sustaining you and your family?
Sir, after 2020, I did join as a business partner with my cousin in his atta chakki plant, or we call it flour mill.
That I have seen towards the last part. Okay, let's not dwell on it.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Sahab had asked you some questions, which you had answered that. Tell me, what are the gallantry awards in India? You know what are gallantry awards? There are two awards. One is civilian awards, one are gallantry awards.
Gallantry awards.
Gallantry awards.
Sir, I'll have
another
to
hint.
read in.
There are wartime awards, there are peacetime awards. Two different sorts.
Sir, I'll have to read all about
Please read.
Yes,
please
sir.
read.
Yes, sir, I'll do.
Wartime awards like Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Veer Chakra, then
Ashok Chakra.
Ashok Chakra, Kirti
Yes,
Chakra,
sir.
etc. You should know you're from Haryana. Haryana people in army, in forces, in sports, whatever. See, mostly people in Haryana are in agriculture or this. There are some exceptions like me. But then, you see, you should know in and out about your state. Okay,
Yes,
let
sir.
me then change track. Okay, right. Today in India, you are having big highways, national highways, big structures, projects coming up from the government side. Why could not the government make these things before? Why suddenly after 1991, when our great Manmohan ji started this privatization, liberalization, why this was not done before? What is that theory or philosophy through which we are now making big infrastructure projects in India?
Sir, comparing these time periods, actually, after independence.
Hold. You tell me about public-private partnership. What do you understand by it?
Sir, public-private partnership is a model in which the private sector becomes an active contributor to implement or to structure any project. We have this BOT model, build, operate, transfer model for the highways, or other.
Okay, what
EPC
happens
model.
in BOT model? What happens? You tell me in practical. Let us say we have to make a road from Chandigarh to, let us say, Lucknow.
Yes, sir.
We have to make a direct road from Chandigarh to Lucknow, 12-lane highway. 12 lane. Now tell me, as per BOT, what will happen? Who will do what? Government and private part.
Sir, initially the tenders would be launched by the government.
No. I am not asking the process. I am the concept.
Okay, sir. The highway would be built by the private player, and it would again be operated by the private player. The taxes and the tolls would be collected by the private player until and unless the expenditure which they have incurred is covered. After that, it would be transferred to the government for operation.
Okay, now you missed the first part. Where will the land come from? Who will give the land?
Yes, sir. The land would be acquired from whatever that highway has to be built. That land would be acquired, be that it could be agriculture land, non-agriculture land.
Oh, you are doing unnecessary details. I am saying who will get the land? In a project, somebody has to arrange the land. Who will arrange the land? Government, they will acquire it.
Yes, sir. Government.
Who will bring the money?
Sir, money, private player.
Who will bring the manpower?
Private players, sir.
Who will bring the technology?
Private players, sir.
Who will bring the design?
Sir, private player.
Then how will the private player recover his investments over a period of time? What is a typical time period for these projects?
Sir, I don't know the time period.
You better read about it, because this is what India is happening today because of infrastructure.
Yes, sir.
It is these assets which actually create resilience in the economy. Okay. Acha. Now tell me, why Haryana, despite being so forward in sports, in armed forces, etc., but the level of literacy and caste and all those things are so prominent in the village areas? What is the reason? We have modern Haryana, we have backward Haryana, both coexisting together in the same land mass. What do you think is the reason?
I think, sir, the development, majority of the development has happened near to the Delhi region, such as Gurugram and Faridabad. However, sir, the industrial setup is not that present in the other districts, sir.
Yamunanagar, Ambala, all those places are fairly good compared to other districts elsewhere in the country.
Sir, the other reason could be is the presence of KHAPs, I would say. The KHAP panchayats do exist in rural areas still, and they have a tremendous control over that region. Third is the reason for its backwardness still lies because women are not on that equal footing, and patriarchal structures still tends to hinder the development. We can see from the sex ratio of Haryana itself, which stands at 879 as per 2011 census. Fourth is the agriculture, because majority of the youth in Haryana is still employed in agriculture. However, that modernization has not happened, and there is high youth unemployment present in Haryana, about 8.8%. Sir.
Okay, ठीक है. My last question. What do you understand by multi-poverty index?
Sir, multi-poverty index aims to recognize poverty not just as an economic phenomena, but also the other factors such as social factors, which tends to increase poverty and impact poverty, such as health, education, and other standard of living, electricity, food, cooking. So these all parameters bring in a more holistic scope about the poverty, sir.
Internationally, and the UN agencies, they recognize MPI on 10 indicators, multi-dimensional poverty index. India has added 2. You are very right, what you are saying, but I'm extending a bit further. India has added 2 parameters to quantify their MPI.
Yes,
what are those 2 parameters?
Sir, one is the number of bank accounts or the banking sector.
Yes.
And the other one, sir, I'm right now forgetting.
One is maternal health.
Maternal, yes.
Okay, thank you, Jai.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, Kartik, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am. I'm good, ma'am.
I think you were on a panel last year as well, on one of the mock interviews.
No, ma'am.
You haven't done any mock interviews last year? I mean, your face seems very familiar. Anyway, it's all right, just by the way. Now, talking of there was talk of women's empowerment. You spoke about how the patriarchal mindset is there and all this is there, holding back women. Now, you would have heard of UN Women.
Yes, ma'am.
What is its role and how effective has it been? Has it made a difference on the ground?
Ma'am, UN role of UN Women is to mobilize and bring in some consensus into the UN regarding women, and it's that how women tend to are impacted by every policy. It aims to cater to women-led development. However, ma'am, on the ground we see that it is more of country-based, and different countries tend to adopt their own strategies. The effective role, I don't see that it has been able to bring on the ground.
Okay.
One point is that in peacekeeping missions, UN Women has played a role.
How?
Sir, sorry, ma'am. If we take the example of India, we sent a force comprising of all women as the UN peacekeepers.
But that's
The
nothing
first
to do with UN Women. No, UN Women is a separate organization.
separate organization. Yes, ma'am.
And UN peacekeeping is again a separate department. So how are you linking the two? I'm not sure. Can you explain?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there is no direct linkages. However, ma'am, it does tend to impact whatever policy is made that women are taken into consideration, ma'am.
And you think, or you have any suggestions? What is the best way to change the current approach to women's empowerment worldwide, India, everywhere? Any suggestions, any ideas in mind?
Ma'am, both short-term and long-term measures can be taken. However, worldwide, if we see, the long-term measures would be more sustainable, and in long-term, we see gender sensitization. Practices such as nudge, which even Indian government has been adopting, such as men against rape and danger, or bringing changes at the school level itself. There is more gender neutrality. There are empowered girl child who take decisions in the classroom. Class monitors. Girls can be made class monitors. And then, ma'am, the impact of movies, which we see, such as movies like English Winglish, Padman. Such movies can be broadcasted so that there is an change in mindset and the attitude of everyone towards the women. And women themselves have to come and take the leadership positions, ma'am.
They would like to, but very often the men don't allow them, no? Very often. I'm not saying always, but very often. And you also have the cases in the panchayats where you have the panchayat head, a woman, but really it's the panchayat head's husband who's running the show, as they showed very clearly in that, and very nicely in that, Netflix series of Panchayat. So, it is really also mindset, but also of men together with women making a difference. Anyway.
Difference, yes, ma'am.
You've spoken of upcycling. Now, isn't it the same as recycling?
Ma'am, there is difference in it. Recycling involves breaking down and converting it into a whole new product.
Not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily.
This is just a technical difference, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
But upcycling does not involve that.
All right. And in the life mission, India's life mission that we have been promoting.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think? Is that a positive thing, and how is it going? You think it can make an impact if we implement it? What does it stand for really? Life, and what are its main themes?
Lifestyle for environment, ma'am.
And what are the three main issues around it? What are we promoting?
Ma'am, it aims to bring in individual efforts that each and every individual contributes, orients their lifestyle towards the environment, because from every small step, a large step can be created. This is basic.
Yeah, essentially,
Yes, ma'am.
use, reuse, recycle.
Recycle.
Mantra under life mission.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So that's what needs to be done and should be promoted. When we were growing up, there was hardly any waste at all on a daily basis.
Yes,
Anyway,
ma'am.
And last question: 75 years of India's foreign policy approaches. How do you see them? And can you just tell me two or three main turning points in our foreign policy and our current foreign policy approach very quickly?
Ma'am, initially our foreign policy was more oriented towards idealism. However, after the Indo-China war, it was more pragmatic and took realistic stance. And especially after the liberation of Bangladesh in 1971, wherein we tended to move towards a more realistic approach, hard approach. We used military power along with soft power. And then in 1990s, we took forward this policy, and along with Look East policy, we also then started shifting towards neighborhood policy from 2000s. And then, ma'am, after 2014, we adopted personalized diplomacy, wherein we are not making equal distances from everyone, but equal relationships with everyone. So I think our diplomatic stance, foreign policy, has grown from idealist to realist and now to more pragmatic, ma'am.
So has it been good or bad?
Ma'am, I believe that it has been more good and more tactical in nature.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
But you need to revise it. You need to do some revision. You're not very clear on that.
Yes, I'll do.
Yeah.
Shekhar.
Yeah. Hello, Kartik.
Good afternoon, sir.
Kartik, you're a student of sociology.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's the prime reason that patriarchy exists?
Sir, it is actually is the social structure which has led to not only breeding, but also it is cultivating patriarchy on a daily basis. The structure in itself actually promotes the mindset of men that he has to act in a particular manner. Only then he would be called as men, and so that's why they tend to overpower and subjugate the women.
Okay. And you've been part of presiding a DAF, part of Women Empowerment Cell.
Yes, sir.
Do you find it ironic that women empowerment has to be done by men?
Sir, I don't feel it ironic. I feel that any change in the society has to come from both the sides. Not only women, but also men have to equally play that role. Because if we look at the past, the historical injustices were also done by men. If any change has to be brought in on the ground, both men and women have to equally contribute.
Okay. And you also from Punjab Engineering College?
Yes.
Who do you think is the most notable alumnus of the college?
Sir, Kalpana Chawla ma'am and Anup Chandra Pandey sir, who was the former election commissioner of India, sir.
Okay. And what are your views on caste census? Should there be a caste census?
Sir, I believe that if we go for caste census, it could further create divisions in the society, because more number of castes would tend to appear, and it could also lead to politicization of the caste. It might open up a Pandora box.
Okay.
India is adopting.
What's the harm if anything related to caste gets politicized? What's the harm in that?
Sir, if it leads to politicization, different groups will tend to claim resources, which ultimately might lead to their growth, such as dominant caste, but overall loss, because it would open up the vote bank politics, and candidates would be fielded according to their caste and not according to their merit. So I believe that India has adopted the inclusive development approach, which should be continued, and the very demand of this caste census would subside if we fully implement this inclusive development model.
Has it ever happened that in a state or on even national level that Dalits and Brahmins, they have formed a government together?
Yes, sir. This has happened in election. As of now, sir, I'm not able to recall that.
So what makes you believe that caste census will prohibit that?
Sir, it is all about opportunity or claiming that political power, because Dalits and Brahmins together form the government because they were able to form that majority mark. However, if caste census is brought and the numerical propositions are out, so we could see that there might be Dalit consolidation or there might be Brahmin consolidation against the Dalits to acquire power. So
Okay, so
it might harm.
You believe it's not happening at the moment. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and one last question. Are mobile phones bringing us closer to the society, or are they taking us away?
I think, sir, both. We cannot take a stand for one side only. Being closer is like it has promoted jointness in the family structure. At the time of Corona, we could see video calling. One person sitting at their home, they could call in America, and through video calling, that jointness and social harmony was maintained.
Okay.
However, at the same time, if we see social media, wherein people have actually detached themselves
Right.
from the actual world and have come into more into
Alright,
virtual
yeah.
world.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Kartik, how do you see the recent uptake? Like, there's a lot of stand-up comedy happening, right? At the same
Yes,
time,
sir.
there is a lot of violent movies which are popular. So, as a
Yes, sir.
student of sociology, how do you see this?
Sir, I think I would say that it is the different pattern of relationship and activities in the society which are demanding such movies.
Mhm.
Comedies are happening because they are getting viewership. People are actually not happy in their real life. That's why they tend to find it in the virtual life or through movies such as movies or these comedy shows. Similarly, sir, the violent culture which is brought in by the movies, we can see.
Totally fine. So, you're saying it's an escape from reality, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
There are lots of concert culture which is also started, right? So if you
Yes, sir.
coming from Chandigarh, right? You see, one after the other, there's a new concert happening every week, right? You must have seen. So what's your view on that from a sociological perspective?
Sir, these concerts tends to bring in social solidarity, wherein as different people tend to come together, there is an excitement level which makes everybody happy, and so does the different population who tend to come together. It is similar like a temple. If we go to
You're from
temple, we
Punjab
are more
Engineering
escalated.
College. Fine, Kartik,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
You're from Punjab Engineering College. There's a controversy regarding the spelling of Punjab, right? Punjab University has a different spelling from Punjab and Punjab Engineering College, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
what's the background behind that? Why is that?
Sir, I'm not aware about this. I'll.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Kartik,
Yes, sir.
how do you think your interview has been today?
Sir, I think many loopholes need to be plugged, especially the knowledge part about the army, the awards, about satellite communication. I think I need to brush up on these, and our foreign policy from 1947 till present, different time periods.
All right. What I would say is you are articulate, and but as you said, you have to bridge the knowledge gaps.
Yes,
That you must.
yes, sir.
And 5 attempts and 1 interview, that perhaps does not do justice to your talent. You must rectify.
Yes, sir.
You should be able to rectify by making extra efforts. When
Yes.
is your interview?
Sir, 16th of Jan.
16th January is about
3 weeks.
2 weeks.
2.5 weeks from now.
Yes, sir.
All right. So whatever time is available, you should make
Yes, sir.
efforts in that.
Yes, sir.
But first of all, your physical appearance. Is there any reason why you have turned out like this? You were in a hurry, or is there any other reason?
Sir, I'll take care of this. Actually, I have got my suits test. It has not come yet. It will come in 1 day or 2.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So, there are certain things you should do. One is you should be clean shaven.
Yes, sir.
Unless you want to keep a beard, then you have it properly trimmed.
Yes, sir. I'll go clean shaven.
Right? And not necessary. I'm not saying that you should do that. But the basic idea is that you should be smartly turned out.
Yes, sir.
UPSC interview is a very important occasion, and you should be at your best behavior in
Yes.
the UPSC interview. You should comb your hair properly. The hair strands here and there, it doesn't look nice. Apply
Yes,
some
sir.
cream, some bit of cream, so that
Yes,
your hair is in place.
Yes, sir.
And, if you are going to wear a suit, then do wear a tie.
Yes.
And give a thought to the color combination.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Having done that, then you should, the next item on your agenda should be the answers. 2.5 weeks time, so you should think of questions that might be asked from you in the interview.
Yes, sir.
It could come from the place you come from, the subject with which you have graduated, your optional subject, your DAF, and the current affairs. Which newspapers do you read?
Sir, Indian Express and Hindu.
All right. You read it carefully.
Yes, sir.
So please do continue to do it at least till the interview.
Yes, sir.
Think of the questions, and these will be from these 5 fields, most likely.
Yes, sir.
Think of the questions, prepare short and crisp answers. You
Yes,
are articulate, you should not be, you should be in a position to perform very well in the interview. Right?
yes, sir.
Prepare the answers and go through the answers several times, and you will find that in the interview, if questions are asked, you are able to give replies.
Yes, sir. I'll work on this part.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Ravikant.
Kartik,
Yes, sir.
I consider you a good candidate, but chairman has already summed up everything very nicely. There is nothing more from my side to add, but I have to remind you to increase your level of enthusiasm in the next 20 days.
Yes, sir. I'll do.
It is a great opportunity for you to uplift your family.
Yes,
I can smell your DAF that you have been struggling financially, economically, socially, all through. Right? So
Yes.
between you and your success, only 20 days. So spend every moment judiciously. Okay? All
Yes,
the
sir.
best. All the
Yes.
best.
Thank you, sir.
I'll only reiterate everything and just add a little more energy and enthusiasm on your face. As
Yes.
a little more, it'll help you. Be
Yes,
more,
ma'am.
more pleasant, and you'll come across much better, and your nervousness will decrease.
Yes, ma'am.
Off and on, I find you're very articulate, good, everything is good, but these few things, if you take care of, I'm sure you'll do very well. All the very best.
Thank you, ma'am.
To me, you appear a bit stressed, under strain. Don't do that. I mean, you go as a natural person, you're going for the interview, very big event. Go with that kind of enthusiasm, with the aim of doing well, and try and use appropriate words and expression. You know the answer, say. Still,
Yes.
you're not using the appropriate expression for that,
Expression.
which makes
Yes.
it little, casual. So try and use appropriate expression for whatever, some technical terms, and not knowing the difference between AM and FM is so basic. First semester, first class, they tell you, start talking about it. So please, kindly.
Yes, sir. I'll
And
do.
you can do very well. You are a very good candidate. All the best. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
कार्तिक, सोशोलॉजिकली थिंग्स आर फाइन, तो बस उसको करंट अफेयर्स को ना थोड़ा ब्रश अप करना है.
Yes, sir.
दैट्स इट.
Yes, sir.
बाकी जैसे मैम ने कहा था ना और सर ने भी कहा कि थोड़ा स्माइल रखनी है.
Yes, sir.
Do well, Kartik, right? I think we have met, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Best of luck. I believe
Thank
you'll
you.
do well. Don't worry about it, right? I think not a problem.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck, Kartik. Wish
Thank you,
the
sir.
best.
Thank you, sir.